Okay, so getting straight into it because this is going to be a long video. Jump Warrior Z. Now, I recently had the honors of playing Jump Warrior Z. And by the time this comes out, you guys would have seen the video on the gameplay of Jump Warrior Z that I put out. I'm not gonna lie, I think it's good, especially compared to what it was before. I would have said it's a hit or miss, but I'm gonna put it in a good category. And for good, it really just means like you're gonna play it and you're gonna play it when you wake up the next day. Like, it's entertaining. The next game we have is Clover RPG. Now, Clover RPG was quite fun when I played it. From the looks of the game, how the game played, how the game felt, it felt like an actual RPG game, an MMORPG. It had the style, it had the UI, it had the immersive feeling. However, the game just lacks a lot of content. Now, the developers did say that they're going to be adding a bunch of content. Hopefully by the time the game releases, there's going to be even more content that there was during the testing phase. And fingers crossed, because if this game actually gets a good amount of content, it will be really up there. Now, one thing I will admit is that this game doesn't really feel like a Black Clover game. It feels more Black Clover inspired. Like, they have elements from Black Clover, but it doesn't actually feel like I'm playing a Black Clover game, which I think the game is kind of missing. And it would be cool if we got more Black Clover themes, you know, maybe cities, gameplay, storyline, and things of that nature. It would be nice if there was more Black Clover stuff going for it, but you know, I don't know what direction the devs are going to take it in. We're going to have to wait and see. I will put this in good though. I will put this in good, and I'm gonna put it slightly over Jump Warrior Z in terms of good because I kind of feel the game a tad bit more. Next we have Pocket Anime. Now, Pocket Anime is crazy. There's a developer that I know working on this game, and he doesn't necessarily keep me updated on what the game is going through, the cycle, etc. But he does, you know, every once in a while tell me, yo, you're gonna like what you're seeing. Hey man, we've improved on this and it looks good, etc, etc. So I'm really excited. I know that the Pocket Anime team doesn't really update the public on what's going on. They are really down low, they're super quiet, but I know the game is still actively being worked on because of the developer, and I'm not gonna even say his name, but shout out to you. I genuinely appreciate you because you don't even have to let me know anything. You're the GOAT. I'm gonna put this in must play. Y'all already know I love Pocket Anime and the game ain't even out. Next we have Rell Seas. Now, Rell Seas is probably gonna be one of the best games in Roblox history, and that is not even me glazing, that's just the honest truth. Rell Seas, do I even need to say more, is crazy. The sneaks we get, the animation sneaks we get, the fruit sneaks we get, this game is going to blow up, and the Rell brothers work extremely hard. They deserve this. We're putting it in must play. Am I more excited for Rell Seas than I am Pocket Anime? I'm not gonna lie, not really. Mainly because I'm a Pokemon glazer, but yeah, it's still in must play. S tier. Hunter x Hunter Ultimate Finale Resurgence, Recursion, Resurgence, Revamped, whatever you want to call it. Now, if you don't remember this game, it came out late 2021. A lot of people were waiting for the game, and the game let a lot of people down. I'm not gonna lie to you, and it let me down as well. But they are revamping the game. I'm not too sure. I haven't really seen any sneaks of the revamped version, but hopefully it actually comes out better than Finale did, and hopefully they get the new systems right. Hopefully grinding isn't a tedious chore task. I mean, we're just gonna have to wait and see. For some reason, we've never gotten a good Hunter x Hunter game on the platform. Ultimate Finale could be, you know, Ultimate Finale Resurgence. I'm gonna call it revamped. Could be really good and it could be really bad. I do want to put it in hit or miss, or could be better, but I'm gonna put it on hit or miss because it really could miss. Next we have Xi Online. Now, this one is super 50-50 for me. When actually I got in the game and played it, it didn't feel smooth to me. It wasn't that polished to me. The M1s looked a little bit over the top. The movement was really stiff. and the map just felt kind of compact. I know it sounds like I'm just criticizing the game. I did like the sword skills, but from what I played, at least, I feel like it could be better. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not really looking forward to it. Yeah, maybe that's me, maybe that's my fault, but I don't know. I feel like it really could be better. Next we have Devos Creation. Now this is probably there's multiple RPGs coming out, but this is one of the ones that I have been looking forward to for a while now. I haven't actually seen like recent gameplay. I don't know how well or how much they've been working as of recently, but I do know that they are putting in the work. And I think testing, like public testing, is pretty close, I'm not gonna lie. But from what I have seen, from what I do know of the game, I'm gonna put Devos in the good category. It's something we're gonna have to wait and see, and it's in a really small niche, so hopefully when it comes out it really does do well. But I'm definitely looking forward to Devos Creations. Next we have Jujutsu Infinite. Now I'm not going to lie, Jujutsu Infinite does look really good, and it is really hyped up. You guys don't even understand. This game is actually really popular, and the game hasn't even come out yet. Granted, the sneaks do look really good. There are some things that I am concerned for. The combat looks crazy, and I'm talking about people flying through the sky, hitting parries, the blah blah blah, blocking. Almost looks like a Dragon Ball Z fight, and I'm not over exaggerating. That in practicality, in terms of like when people are actually playing the game, I'm really curious to see how that turns out, what the end game PvP is going to end up looking like. It's a bit of a scary one, so I'm going to put it in hit or miss. Now I know the game's really popular, and I do really feel like everybody's going to play it. It is going to be a must play. However, with the combat system, when people actually get their hands on the game and it's really popular and everyone's running around, that combat system could make the game actually feel really bad. We're gonna have to wait and see. Again, it's super 50-50. Again, I put it in hit or miss because it could be a hit, but it could also be a miss. Let me just scoot that over Ultimate Finale. Magi. Now, I haven't seen too much of this game other than like a small little teaser, which really didn't show anything off. We don't know how the magic works, and we don't know how dungeons work. We don't know how the world works. We don't know how progression works. We don't even know how if the combat system is good. So there's not really much to go off of other than we know this is a Magi game and it's in development. It is an upcoming game, hence why it's on the list. So I'm just gonna slap it in hit or miss because there's not even much to talk about or to show you guys. Mancho Academy. Now, Mancho Academy did have an open stress test, or it wasn't open stress test. It was like testing. It had a testing. You could have bought a testing shirt that allowed you to get tested or recommended by a content creator. When I played Mancho Academy, the combat system was different. I'm not gonna lie. It was enjoyable for the most part, but the only thing that there was to do in the test was PvP, so you could only go so far. So it's super hard for me to judge because obviously it's not just going to be a PvP game. There's going to be PvE elements. There's going to be a proper progression system, and I don't know how any of that works because the game isn't just the game's PvP. Progression and PvE do play a huge part on whether a game is good or not. So I'm going to slap it in hit or miss simply based off the fact that I don't know if it's going to be good or not. Like, it could easily not be good. So next we have Sinborn. Now, Sinborn has been blowing up on Twitter, has been blowing up on YouTube. The sneaks, that is. From the sneaks, it does look like a rogue-inspired game that has parry-based combat. The game looks like it has a parkour system, which you're going to be able to use to traverse through whatever the landscape is that they create. I'm not going to lie, it does look interesting. However, it doesn't get me hyped. For some reason, there's an aspect to what I'm seeing that doesn't look all too crazy to me, and that might just be me. This is just me, but nothing here looks like something that's like groundbreaking. That's just for me. I don't know, you guys might feel otherwise because I know this game has a little bit of buzz going around it, but I'm gonna put it in hit or miss again. And I'm going to put it pretty high in hit or miss, just under Jujutsu Infinite. Again, the reason for this is because the combat system looks good, but it looks all over the place in my opinion. Again, it's something that you would have to actually play in order to experience and to get a good judgment off of it. It's just my personal preference. I'm not too sure. You guys can call me out on that, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. VARS Seas. Now, VARS Seas, I haven't seen any updated sneaks on it for a little bit now, I'm not gonna lie to you. And from when I played it, it was kind of just like a base plate with fruit animations in the nicest way possible, but it did look visually really good. Now again, a game looking visually appealing means absolutely nothing, to me at least, and if I can't see progression or a grounded, solid foundation for the combat system, I can't really even draw up a conclusion or a good analysis of it. So as simple as that, I'm gonna put it in could be better, just based off of what I've seen so far. Grand Clover. Now, Grand Clover has been getting a bit of buzz for a little while now, I'm not gonna lie to you. Ever since the first sneak came out a year ago, if not a bit longer than that. I haven't seen the game recently. I did see one sneak of the improved combat system. Well, I will say it is, from what it looks like at least, a big, and I mean a big step up from what it was before. But a sneak can be really deceiving. Again, it's something that I would have to get in game and get my hands on myself. But from what I've seen, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the most impressed by what I've seen. That's just me. Again, you can call me out on it, whatever, but it's something you have to actually play in order to understand. So I'm not gonna be too critical. I'm just gonna say it could be a hit or a miss. But what I will say, it does look pretty promising, so we're gonna put it up there. Emblem Tales. I'm not gonna lie, Emblem Tales is a bit of a sticky one still. Now, most of you guys know Emblem Tales went into hiatus after the last texting period. However, they've been coming out the woodworks recently. They recently started promoting their Patreon, where they've been showing exclusive recent sneaks. So with them showing sneaks out to the public, even if it is within a private area, a private, sector, they are still showing new sneaks out. So I'm going to assume we're getting closer to that testing release period. I don't know whether that would come this year or maybe early next year, but we are getting closer, that's for sure. I think it was about 2 weeks ago now, maybe even longer. It might have been 3 weeks ago. The Emblem Tales Discord server was doing a tester podcast, and within the tester podcast, guess what they did? They showed off recent PvP. So I have seen the new version of the game from at least what they showed off within the tester VC, the PvP, the mechanics, etc. Now obviously I can't talk about that, and I'm not gonna talk about that here because they asked me, because I was the only YouTuber in there, to not do that. So I won't do that out of respect for the dev team, and shout out to Shift and all them boys working on the game. The boys have been working super hard. I'm gonna put Emblem Tales in hit or miss, I'm not gonna lie. Now the reason I'm putting it in hit or miss is because this game could come out and not do well. What happens when you go in hiatus for over a year is people tend to forget about the game, and people tend to lose interest in the game. So it's not that the game could come out and it's bad, it's mainly that the game could come out and even if it's good, nobody's gonna care. Because we all waited for this game once upon a time and it didn't come out. They left us for dead. So we're gonna have to wait and see how that turns out. Xoria WildStar, or Wild N. I'm not gonna lie, they revamped the name a couple of times, so I'm just gonna say Xoria. Now Xoria has been in testing for a little while now, and the game even now is public to testers. Like, testers can hop in the game anytime and play. They have been frequently updating this game over the past couple of years, and they revamped the whole game for what it used to be. And I'm not gonna lie, I really like it. It feels more RPG like now, and the game feels good to play. Now, when is this game gonna come out to the public? I do not know. I'm not gonna lie to you. Them boys have just been working within the closed space, not really saying anything to the public. I'm not too sure. Only really OGs would even know about this game. It's not too many people know about it. I'm not gonna lie to you, Xoria, I'm gonna put it in good. I'm gonna put it in a low good though. I'm not gonna say it's like the best game in the world, but you guys are gonna want to try this game when it comes out. It's pretty enjoyable. Now we have Universal Trigger. Now Universe Trigger is a anime game based off World Trigger, obviously. Now they haven't been posting that much, they really haven't, but I'm assuming the game is still in development because they've posted recent sneaks that even I haven't seen, and they're combat sneak. So this means the game is still being worked on active. From the last time I talked about this game, which was almost 2 years ago, I'm assuming, they only had one combat sneak out, but now there's even more, and I'm not gonna lie, they look really good. I can't wait to actually play this game whenever it does decide to come out. Sure, the dev team is working really hard and they're doing their thing, so I don't want to, you know, say too much or say too little. I don't even know too much about the game myself. However, from what I'm seeing, this game could be a good, but it might be a hit or miss, mainly because we've never had a World Trigger game on the platform, and this game doesn't have that much hype going around it. World Trigger is not even that popular of an anime itself, so it's gonna be really interesting to see what this game does in the future, but I'm really gonna put it up there because this is one of those games I'm genuinely looking forward to, and I might be a bit biased when it comes to it in the hit or miss category. Next we have World Seed. Now World Seed is amazing, I'm not gonna lie. Last time I talked about the game I didn't say too much, and I even said I don't know if the game's still in development, what the dev team is doing. Well, after making that video, the dev team actually reached out to me, two of the developers, and Sage Z were in a Discord call for 2 hours talking about World Seed, what is going to come to the game, what will come to the game, and what the future of the game will look like once it is out to the public. And I'm not gonna lie, World Seed might be the first SAO game that's actually good on the platform, and I'm not joking. Just based off what I've seen, what I've heard, I'm putting World Seed at S. Now, this game may not come out anytime soon. I'm not even joking. It might be a 2024 release thing. However, I can wait because they are cooking. Towerbound. Honestly, I'm not too sure what the heck's going on with this game. I'm gonna be so serious. The only person I know that used to follow up with this game frequently is Slykarge. Slykarge hasn't talked about this game in a very long time. It's been a while. When he did talk about it, he was really hyped, but I don't know if the developers are not working on it anymore. Maybe they're just working on it in secret, in hiatus. Not too sure what's going on with Towerbound. I would say could be better, but the game itself, from when we were seeing gameplay, looked pretty good. So I'm gonna put it at a hit or miss, and a very low hit or miss, because at this point we know less about Towerbound than we do Magi, and that's crazy to say. Berserker. So if you guys remember the video I did a couple of months ago on this game, you will know this game is fire, this game is cooking, blah blah blah. It looks really good. And also, if you remember that video, you remember when I said the main developer, the lead developer, the owner of the game, house got hit by a tornado. Yes, his house got hit by a tornado. Now this happened earlier this year, if not by the end of last year. I can't even remember when it got hit. Don't quote me on that. However, he is okay. I think he has recently come back on Discord and said he's good, gave the thumbs up, and the game is slowly still being worked on now. Now obviously the game's gonna take some time to come out because I'm very sure the owner is still, you know, recovering from the situation he went through, and it's super good that he came back on top and he's able to make a return from a situation as devastating as that. So if the game is still going as planned, I'm not gonna lie, this is going to be a must play. Berserker is not a joke of a game, and I'm looking forward to playing it whenever it does come out. Shonen Unleashed. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I've seen this game a very long time ago, a couple months ago. However, Infinite recently put me back on. I'm not gonna lie to you. The game from back then looked pale in comparison to what it looks like now. And from what I've seen from Infinite's video, they're adding a lot of W mechanics to the game. One thing even being the dash mechanic from Naruto Storm. Like, are you crazy? I really feel like that's a really good mechanic for a fighting game, because a lot of games don't have really good engages and or don't take too much skill. Shonen Unleashed looks crazy. You're gonna be able to clash in the game as well. Bro, that alone already sets it apart from everything else. I don't care what anyone says. I used to love clashing systems from Budokai Tenkaichi 3, the first Naruto Storm game. I loved clashing. And the fact that clashing is in this and we're going to be able to utilize that is so interesting to me. It's a small mechanic, but it means a lot to someone like me. So personally, I'm going to put this in good. Shonen Unleashed is in good. And I'm going to put it at the top of the good still because they're cooking. There's a lot of characters in there already, and they showcase frequently character trailers and things of that nature. This game might actually be the new ABA. Rell Fighters. Now, I really like this game, mainly because it's a 2D fighting game, and that's something we don't get on Roblox at all. Now, I'm very sure this game takes a lot of inspirations from Fighter Z. I haven't actually played it. I've only seen people play it, because I guess I'm not cool enough. But they have a large roster of characters. They're adding more anime characters. They're adding non-anime characters. This game's going to be one of those really fun games you get into and just obliterate people on them. Very sure it's going to have a low entry ceiling but a high skill cap. And it's going to be interesting to learn the controls and actually play this game whenever it does come out. So just for that, I'm putting Rell Fighters in good. Anime Showdown. Now, Anime Showdown came out before, I think it was around February of this year, and it died shortly afterwards, mainly because the update got delayed. They were bringing out one character at a time every update, and the game already didn't have that much characters. The game just lacked content overall. The game died, got shut down, and they are revamping it for a free public release. Yes, the game's going to be free this time when it comes out again. And they're going to be bringing out a bunch of characters along with the free release. One issue I have with Anime Showdown is everything is stupidly overpowered. Balancing doesn't really exist for a game that has a bunch of characters, or every character is just stupidly broken. I'm not going to lie to you. Also, with how high quality this game is, and I mean this game is super high quality. You could tell the sound effects, the VFX, the maps, etc. It takes them way too long to make characters and publish them because everything has such high attention to detail. One thing I will give the developers for this game is that they work hard. And I don't mean, they just, put a lot of time into their stuff. I mean, every single animation, SFX, sound effect, you notice every little detail in this game. Every character itself is super detailed. This game has a really, really, really high quality. Again, just because something's high quality though, doesn't mean it's necessarily good. I think too much time has been put into the quality and not enough into the gameplay. The gameplay itself is good, is entertaining, and is kind of fun. However, when everything is broken, it can be annoying because it's really just whoever's using the most new broken character wins. So for that, I'm gonna put Anime Showdown in hit or miss. Tales of Tenario. I'm not gonna lie, it is a Pokemon game through and through, and just because of that, I'm biased and I'm gonna put it in good. Holy War X. Now, there's a lot to say about Holy War X, but this video is super long, so I'm gonna try to keep it to a minimum. All I can say is Alpharex is cooking. I've seen newer sneaks, I've seen recent sneaks. I have the pleasure of, being close to Alfie, and Alfie lets me know, yo, we're cooking, and he'll show me an exclusive sneak, and I'll just be impressed. I'm not gonna lie to you, this guy is cooking. The reason why this game is taking so long, I assume it's because Alfie keeps adding more things to the game. Now, I'm not gonna lie, we don't know when anything is happening for this game. Alfie isn't the most transparent when it comes to, letting the public know, yo, this is what's going on, etc. But I do think he plans on letting everybody know what's going on soon. Hopefully, the next time he addresses the game, he gives us a release date or something close to that. It is easy to give a release date and then to push it back, but there's so much content I think's already in Holy War to the point where they can just release with, the bare minimum and save all the other stuff for expansion, update 1, update 2, etc. Not everything has to be in the game at once, unless it's a core mechanic or core feature that the game probably needs in order to, you know, progress. So I guess it's gonna be worth waiting for. Holy War X is obviously a must play, and we're gonna put it right up there. Now, Nindo is a Naruto game, obviously based off the game, or the name of the game, sorry. But I'm not going to lie to you guys, I'm not too sure what's going on with this game. I'm not too sure what's going on with this game. Now, I do know it's meant to be CC, and then after the first wave, or after the first CC wave, it's going to go into paid access for the public, or something along those lines, don't quote me. But the game doesn't really have any sneaks out there. There's not much to go off of. We don't know what progression is going to look like. We don't even know what combat looks like. We haven't seen anything for the game. The game could almost damn near not exist. And just for that, I'm going to put at could be better. Because there's nothing to see. There's nothing to know. I don't know anything. There's nothing to go off of. And the sneaks that the game does have don't really show anything noteworthy. Next on the list, we have Beyond Nen. Now, Beyond Nen is obviously a Hunter x Hunter game. I shouldn't even have to tell you guys that. And based off the sneaks, the recent sneaks, the showcases that we've been seeing, the game does look to be coming together well. However, I don't know about this game. Like, not that I don't know anything about the game itself, which I kind of don't, but there's not enough for me to draw a conclusive or concise opinion on this game. I don't know if it's good and I don't know if it's bad. From some of the sneaks showcases we have seen, they have been pretty questionable. They have raised question marks, but sometimes the sneaks look really good. It's so 50-50 to the point it's not even funny. This game could be terrible and it could be really good. Again, the showcases that we've seen, some of them really don't do the game justice, whereas sometimes it really does do the game justice. It's one of those things is we're not going to know if the game's good until it comes out because the sneaks are so 50-50. I'm going to put it in hit or miss, purely based off the fact that I don't know if the game's going to be good or not because the sneaks we're seeing are all over the place. Venture. Now, Venture looks like a AAA RPG game. All we've gotten so far is the trailer and a couple of map sneaks, and I know there was a sneak on like some of the enemies and things of that nature. I'm not gonna lie, the sneaks look really high quality, really good, and it's hard to believe this is a Roblox game. I'm not gonna lie to you. We haven't actually seen new things as of recently in terms of how the game is, progression, or even a combat. I do want to see what the game's combat system is going to be like. I'm really curious to see what it's going to look like. I know the devs are still working hard. The game has a solid foundation behind it, and everyone's actually waiting for this game. I really feel like this is going to be a good game, so I'm going to put it up there in terms of good. Anime Legend. Now, Anime Legends is super 50-50. Kind of how I was explaining it with Beyond Nen. Anime Legends looks like it could be good, and it looks like it could be really bad. The first trailer looked amazing, and the second trailer kind of raised my eyebrows because it looked good in some parts, but other parts it kind of felt, you know, not all the way there, if that's the word I'm looking for. Again, we're not really gonna know until we play. Why are there so many trailers, sneak peeks, showcases that are all over the place? Some of them look good, or some parts of it will look good and other parts will look really bad. So I'm really 50-50 on Anime Legends at this point, but I'm gonna put it in a really high hit or miss. Yes, this game is gonna be a must play for everybody. I don't think there's gonna be a person on this platform that's not going to play Anime Legends when it comes out. However, this game comes out and is bad, people are going to drop it quick. People kind of want to play the game to see if it's going to be bad. People want to play this game to see whether or not they want to drop the game. So Blockzone has their work cut out for them. They're going to need to cook. Next, we have Golden Piece Adventure. Now, from what we've seen of the game, it looks really good. Animations, from what I've heard, the progression is going to be really cool and engaging, and I haven't seen it yet, but PvP sounds like it could be really cool. Not too sure. We haven't actually seen any PvP sneaks, but from what I've seen, I'm actually gonna give Golden Piece a high hit or miss. Now, I know a lot of you guys are confused by that because Golden Piece is racking up the hype, I'm not gonna lie to you, and it does look good. Some of the best animations we've seen in terms of One Piece game like ever. However, it is a Roblox One Piece game. Some things just rub me the wrong way because a lot of these Roblox One Piece games have really linear progression and it's all super repetitive. So until I see more of that, I can't honestly say whether or not it's going to be a must play or not. Even though I do want to put it up there because I do have a bit of bias towards the game, I have to be completely honest. So that is it for my tier list. If you guys agree or don't agree, let me know. I know I missed out on about 3 or 4 different games on this list, but I'm not gonna lie to you, that's just too bad. There's nothing I could do about that at this point. Anyways, I love you y'all. I appreciate you guys for watching until the end. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace.